Aisha. I am a plant enthusiast from Florida. If you are new to my channel, I pretty much just post all plant related videos. So if you are new, feel free to subscribe, and pretty much today is going to be a little different. It's a combination of things. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I ended up receiving this week. So it's going to be for Hoya cuttings, a purchase from Etsy, a purchase from Hirt, and also the carnivorous plants that I currently have, which are only 3 and they're quite small. So anyway, let's get started. So first, I wanted to show you guys the plant I ended up getting from Hirt. I don't really like pink plants or foliage. If it's sun stress or anything like that, that I love. But so there's very few that make it to my home that have that type of color, and this plant is one of them. So this is a Hoya Nanook. Hoya. That's my Hoya head. This is a Tradescantia Nanook, and this is in a 4-inch pot. I received it from Hirt. It seems like it was extremely well packaged. It was dry when I received it. This is the same container. It is a little bit of root bound, or at least it does need to be changed to a new planter, which I will do that. I just need to go purchase one. But pretty much when I get a new plant home, I do spray it to make sure that I'm not bringing any pests to my home. And and then after that I just kind of rinse it off. I did notice that some of the leaves ended up getting kind of like damaged, but this plant is supposed to be one that grows very fast. I'm not quite sure how much I paid for it, maybe $10, maybe less, because they're so cheap. But I love it. And then what I did is I put it in this cash pot, and it looks super cute. I think when it grows and it is just kind of vining, it's gonna be amazing. The next thing that I ended up getting was from Etsy, and it was my carnivorous plant. And let me tell you, this is tiny. This is so flippin' tiny. So right now it's supposed to fight gnats, but at this point it's not going to because it's too small. It's obviously a propagation, but here it is. So this is my Cape Sundew, and it's a carnivorous plant. Where I got it was at an Etsy shop called Savage Gardeners, and it was $14.99 for it. I think it's super cute. He has the option of either doing a where he sends it with his own soil or whatnot, or if you want to just without it. And I chose to just have the plant sent to me without it, because with my other carnivorous plants, I love having a combination of sphagnum moss with this natural sphagnum peat moss, that it's actually usually for Venus traps or any sort of carnivorous plants. And the reason behind it, it's because it's natural, and it doesn't have any sort of fertilizers or anything like that, because carnivorous plants, they feed on pests, obviously. So I figure, you know what, I'll do my own little thing. It's if you actually look at my Instagram, the first thing that I purchased was a Butterworth, a Mexican Butterworth, which you can see here how it just it looks kind of like moist 24/7, and pretty much the gnats get attracted to it. They go to it, and she just starts becoming gooey to the point that the gnats get stuck, and that's how she gets fed. So when I first purchased this particular plant was in Etsy as well, and I can't remember the cost because I've had it for a long time, but he sent it in this container with just sphagnum moss. And when he first delivered this plant, he put it in the middle so that it would be protected because the leaves are so they're very delicate. And so what he did is he put them there, and then I did my mix, and little by little, it's been about 6 months, and she has probably quadruple in size. And I have like a little photo of this particular plant on my Instagram, which is Plants by Misha as well, one word. And she was like I want to say like the size of a nickel. So she has grown like quite a bit, and it makes me happy, and I'm getting to the point where I feel comfortable to propagate it. So I know that this little thing, it's gonna become something, because this was the little thing for a long time, and when they're very young they can't feed, so she was not eating for a good while. So I'm glad she made it. And all I do is every few days, the beauty with this is that you can see when it's moist. So when I see that it's dry, I just kind of, wet it a little bit, maybe an ounce, and then it just remains like that. And I just water it maybe every 4 days, because the sphagnum moss together with the peat moss, they retain moist. So, and the very last one that I have is the regular Venus flytrap, and I'm only gonna show you this side. This has grown a lot because she ate. I don't have pests in my home, but sometimes what I do, I either take her outside so that she can get some good sun and hopefully catch something, or if something happens to come to my home, I'll catch it and I'll feed it to her. And it's rare that it happens unless someone's like grilling something somewhere. So she barely eats, but she has, and the same thing with her. I just notice when it's not moist anymore. So hence the reason why I don't like any carnivorous plants in an area where I can't see how moist the soil is. So I can't wait for this particular plant to get big enough where it can feed. Right now it's under a grow light with only 300 lumens, so it's a good amount, but it's not gonna burn the plant, so that's great. Anyhow, but out of my 3 carnivorous plants, I only got this one this week and this week, and then now I'm gonna show you guys the cuttings that I ended up getting. And by the way, I forgot to mention, when the guy sent it and I refused to get his planter, he sent it in this pipe. What he did is he put a tape underneath, and he had it inside around it with paper towel. So I thought it was brilliant, because I was wondering how he was gonna do it, and then he taped her inside so she never moved, and no matter how much a mailman can bang around, she was gonna be protected in this thing, because this is like freaking very thick pipe. So I thought that was super professional, and I'm looking forward to seeing her eat. But anyhow, and now I want to show you guys my cuttings, and these are my Hoya cuttings. I feel like I need to take a moment, because when or you're gonna do something and automatically you're gonna regret it. That's how I feel right now. Because I jammed all 4 of them in here. So I'll carefully get them out and explain to you what they are. But I am in love with them. I just filmed yesterday my Hoya collection, a Hoya unboxing. Before these 4 arrived, I had 32, so now I have 36 and still several more coming in. I am gonna stop because Hoyas are so expensive, and I feel like my collection right now, it's it's a good collection. And even though I have so many plants, I feel like I was actually talking to my other half about this today. I just began to put plants that no longer bring me joy or that I have multiple of, and I started putting those in the greenhouse. And I'm planning on opening an Etsy shop, and that way I can either sell plants on Etsy or maybe the marketplace on Facebook. I'm not sure, and I'll probably try local first. I have spent so much money on making sure that my plants have grown in all natural, soils and environments and whatnot. And I'm very on top of the care. So when I do give or, sell a plant away, I feel like I'm going to be comfortable enough where the person's going to be happy. But anyhow, that's a side note. And let me go ahead and see if I can carefully move these cuttings out. I just placed them there yesterday. They arrived yesterday. So no roots that I don't have to worry about. So this beauty right here, this cutting is, and this is just, that powder is because I add rooting hormone. But this is my Hoya Mindorensis, and I'll add the names of everything on the video. But this is a flipping gorgeous cutting. It was a $20 cutting. I am very, very happy with the sun stress. It's just gorgeous. So when this roots, I'm gonna be flipping out. You know what, let me just leave it outside because this is gonna be a nightmare to put back. So this second cutting, it's my Hoya Pallida. So this is a really beautiful Hoya. It's kind of hard to see the foliage. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure if this camera, because it's kind of crappy, if you can truly see the veining on these leaves. But this is just amazing, amazing, amazing looking. And this one was $20 as well. When it comes to the third cutting, is seems like it's very popular. A lot of people, I hear them talking about it. I'm not sure if you can guess what it is by the way that it grows. But it's a Hoya Gray Violence. And I just love this cutting, and I know it's dirty because of the powder that I added to the sphagnum moss. I usually try to root everything in water, but I'm gonna try, I don't know why I decided to try these particular cuttings with sphagnum moss, but I'm gonna try and see if in a few weeks I don't see any difference. Then I'll probably place them in soil and add some fertilizer. I've been thinking about going hydroponics, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. And then the last one, this is like such a cool grow pattern, but this is Hoya Parasitica. And this is the one, this is gonna have the pink leaf. So there's a big chunk out. I just think, I don't know, I just think they're very amazing. I guess when the grower had it, you know, maybe obviously something happened there, but I don't care. And they came super well packaged. So the way that the grower does it, the way that the grower packages the Hoyas is the box is just filled with you know, that packing popcorn, and it's everywhere, like everywhere. And then the Hoya has sphagnum moss, is really really tight around, and it's moist but it's not wet, the sphagnum moss. And then it's wrapped in a good amount of paper towels. And it has, so far, this is my third order, and they're called Hoya Plants, and you can find them at hoyaplants.com. And they are really good about pretty much sending the plants within the next day or two after you order. I have contacted them twice, and both times they, no, three times. And each time they contact me within an hour or the same day. It has never been past a day when I either have a question or whatnot. And honestly, when you buy cuttings, you have to take everything with a grain of salt, because like right now, I ended up getting cuttings from a different vendor that many people love and have great like reviews. But to me, she wasn't very kind, and she sent me something that was dead. And to get a refund, it's not gonna happen. And that's part of the reason why it's good to really do your homework when you're buying cuttings or any sort of plants. And even if that particular vendor or person has 5-star reviews, you have to think, okay, it's great that that happened to those people, but let's hope it happens to me. It's not always going to be like that, and sadly that's the way it happened to me. Today I've been talking to other YouTubers and friends, and they had great experiences with this particular person, but I didn't. It's been horrible. But anyway, I just, you know, wanted to pretty much stop by, show you guys what I have purchased. I feel like every time I bring a particular plant into my home, it just brings me this extra like joy. I have always loved like even driving into my home, coming into my home, but now it's just like this sense of calmness. Even though everything else outside of this home could be going insane and it's very stressful for many of us, I feel like the plants have brought to my home a huge sense of calmness, because they keep my mind occupied. And that's exactly what I needed. So for the past year, I've been collecting plants. It's just been an amazing journey. I feel like I have also met so many great people through the planting world, and they just seem so kind and genuine. And so I pretty much feel like it just has given me like a home within my home, if that makes sense to anyone. But anyway, if you have watched this long, I just want to thank you so much. And please, you know, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I hope that you subscribe, because I'm doing my best to post a video a week, usually on a Thursday or a Friday. And I would love for you to be the first one to just kind of get notified when that happens. I would love in the comments below for you to let me know whether you have any sort of carnivorous plants in your collection, and if you don't, which ones would you like to have. If you have any questions regarding the ones I have, I can give you advice, but outside of this three, I would not be able to. So yeah, anyway, I thank you again, and until next time. Bye.